good morning, good evening, and good night. What's up? We're back after a long ass hiatus. I think it was like 7 months. 7 months ago. Was it? I don't know if you're catching up with the program. Man. Was it 7 months? I need confirmation from the cameraman. Cameraman said I don't know, but like it's been a while, right? And we're bringing out more guests. Fudtrec and Friends. It is Fudtrec and Friends, guys. Like let's make it clear. Bukan like it's not family and friends. It's Fudtrec and Friends. We're in the studio right now with the one and only my day one in the creative industry. I got
Shout out Aiman.
Yo, whatever. Dude, we're sweaty as hell. We got AJR. What's up, AJR? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yo, thank you for having me.
Yo, absolutely. We've been like, you're like the first one that I'm pretty excited to bring.
Let.
Yeah, sorry for the glazing, dude. We gotta do that for every guest.
So gua tak special lah.
Like what? You special. You always special. Yo. Oh.
Tak ada. Gambar tak ada.
There's a spot lah for everyone. So everyone's gonna be there. So yeah, before like anything starts, I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Like if they don't know who you are, tell them.
What's going on, everybody? It's AJR. I'm 21 years old. I work in the music industry as a videographer, and I'm a content creator.
Why? Content creator.
Acharo.
He is a content creator. Okay, before anything starts, so like the first like macam foremost question was like, "Macam kita jumpa?" Like, how do we meet?
Okay. I know you because you followed me through Instagram.
Yeah.
And I found out about Fudtrec. I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. A dope brand. Like, I got a few mutuals following you, so I was like, yo, I'm gonna follow back. Yeah.
Huh.
And then when did we properly meet?
I kind of saw him. Okay, like my first impression with him, with AJR was the 5-3 documentary he made, and I was like, oh shit, this is kind of like clean though. This is kind of clean, and I was like, oh, siapa yang buat ni? Little AJR. So I looked at AJR there, and I was like, wait, I kind of know that name. So like searched out, I was like, oh, AJR. So I followed you, and you didn't follow me back at first then.
Sebab tak kenal tu.
Yeah.
I didn't connect Fudtrec and Kid Prodigy, like the two and two.
Oh, fair.
I was at the time. I know at that time I was following Fudtrec.
Yeah, you follow Fudtrec first, and then like me. Yeah, so like we properly met. It's such a funny story. Also, we met at Rex KL, but I met him a couple of times. The way he walked. So gua nak cakap sikit. Memang keluar pakai shades nonchalant gila kan, macam aku daripada jauh macam, is this AJR? Macam like, oh, I've seen him before, and aku tengok je like the way he walks and shit, the aura he emits kan, gila tu, takut tu, gua gerun. We probably met at Rex. At that time it was like hip hop night
For 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3 punya hip hop night, and then aku just jalan-jalan salam orang and everything, and then one of my friend Firas from NSFK, shout out boy, NSFK, shout out boy. So I went up boy was talking to you, and I was like, oh shit, AJR boleh, like this is the time like aku boleh buat connection lah. I came by, I was like, hi, I like your shit, and then he was like, yo, yeah, thanks. And then like he was talking to somebody, by the time dia nak toleh balik, aku dah hilang.
Yo, keep in mind, I genuinely wanted to talk to Aiman because I knew him through Fudtrec. He basically said, oh, I'm the owner of Fudtrec and everything. I was like, yo, that shit's dope. Tapi he came up to me mid-conversation when I was talking to someone else. So I was like, okay, hold on, let me finish this conversation first, and then let me continue talking to Aiman.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm talking to this one guy. I don't know who I was talking to. I turn around and I see Aiman gone. He's running away. I was like, yo, hold on, what the
dude? Because like I saw like Salman, I saw like HD and shit. I was like, oh, how about I say hi? So I just went out, and then tiba-tiba like macam, and he told me like, oi, dia ni hilang though. I was like, whatever. But yeah, that was like we properly met up that time, and then
Tapi we didn't have like a proper like
proper conversation,
Yeah.
like a genuine conversation.
I think like the week after you went live on Fudtrec,
yeah.
Lepas tu you were like pull up to the
Yeah, I
stoop.
was like, I was just kidding by the way. I was just like macam, yo, shit, AJR. So in my head, I was like, aku kalau ajak dia ni datang kan, nak datang kan. So I was like, wait, AJR, pull up right now, dia datang studio and some shit. And
I was
then he's
like, say less, I'll
say
pull up
less,
tomorrow.
I'll pull out. Literally tomorrow, he was like, wait, datang ah. But I was like, mama ni datang pun dia loh. I was like, oh shit. So, and then he came up, I screen printed your shirts.
Yeah, a few pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we hung out. And then I like the first impression I made was like, he came up the stairs. You weren't wearing your sunglasses. You were wearing your normal glass. Kan?
Yeah.
And then when you came out, I was like, siapa dia ni babi? Like, what the fuck are you? Man? I was like, AJR eh? Did I say that? I was like AJR. I was like, hey, macam tu. And then in my head, I was like, babi, so dia ni siapa bodoh? Like, who is this little guy? Who's this guy? Macam tiba-tiba already hilang kan? Hang out, lepak mama.
Chill, yeah, it was chill.
Chill. It was really nice. Like after like we lepak at mama, he was really nice. Yeah, it was like,
Shout out Ayman, because honestly, out of everyone in the music fashion industry, and Ayman is like the realest. Yeah, come on now.
Shout out Imran for blazing me out today. Alright, I feel like that's enough lah. Macam, our personal stories. Let's just get into AJR. Okay. First of all, question like I've always wanted to know, like, how did you come up with the name AJR?
AJR, eh? Yo, honestly, I've kept this question like under the rug for the longest time. Whenever jumpa orang dalam industri, and I've always like avoided that question because I was like, you know what? One day when I'm like big,
Oh shit, big.
dalam first interview, I'm gonna like answer that question now. So
first,
this goes way back though.
way back,
Like way back in middle school. Now I was like 11 or 12.
Oh shit. Okay, then.
So at that time I was like, I like all I wanted was just to be like popular. Like I just wanted to be popular, like for no reason. And I wanted to break that like stereotype of like Asians being like the smart ones, like at the front of the class always answering. I was not like that. I was never book smart, but during that time I was a dancer. So everyone kind of just knew me as like, oh, the Asian kid who can dance. Oh, that's the Asian kid who can dance. I didn't really have a name for myself. So then this was like 6th grade. I was like 11, 12. At that time, everybody was making those like corny ass like Instagram usernames, like swag around the block, like cool kid around the block. Those swag master. Yeah. So at that time, because I was known as the Asian kid who can dance, my Instagram user was Asian_little_boy. So Asian little boy. But then I was like really deep in it. Like if I'm trying to make it big with dancing, like my username cannot be Asian little boy. Like that sounds like stupid,
Yeah.
So like everybody in the dance scene has like a name, So then one time I was scrolling through my timeline, I was seeing Neymar Jr.'s line with Nike, and it was like a hat. And it says NJR for Neymar Jr. So I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. I kind of want to take it. Okay. So then I was like, how am I going to implement this to my old username? So I was like, let me shorten the little to Lil
Asian.
dot. And I was like, because I'm the Asian kid who can dance, I was like, Asian Junior. AJR.
Holy shit,
and then
oh my god.
AJR has been the name since I was like 12, 11.
Holy shit. That makes way more sense than I thought. I thought it was like,
it's kind of like a corny, like stupid.
hey,
Like if you really know the name, like it's kind of stupid.
hey, it sticks. I like it.
People think the A stands for like my middle name.
What's your middle name? Oh wait, we don't disclose that shit.
I can see the full government name.
Yeah, we don't disclose the government name. Right. That's really interesting. That it's my first time also hearing the story.
But like it's stuck. That username Lil AJR has been like with me since like what 2010, 2013.
All right, that's so long. Holy shit. Okay, taking back my bet for like asking that. Like we should take a step back.
Let's take a step back.
Well, it's from like day one. I'm saying we gotta know you for who you are.
The AJR lore.
The AJR lore.
So
what was your story? Like how how are you? Like, how were you when you were a kid? Macam mana kau masa kecil dulu? Like, how was it when you were in school?
As a kid,
Tell us.
When it came to like first few years of like elementary school, I was like very like into that creative, you know. I was playing the piano, like, you know, those electric keyboards that has like those set songs, and you just learn by like playing the notes. Like this. So I was doing that when I was like 5 or 6, and then I used to draw a lot, like proper, like at that age I was like pretty surprised that I was able to like learn dimensions and shapes, like shadowing and all that. Like that's kind of the things that I was on, and then I kind of just like fell off with like the school. I was never into school. I was just always doing my own thing. Like, yeah, that's me as a kid. I used to get in trouble a lot with my parents because I never I never did my homework and all that. So yeah,
that's nice. That's crazy. Not really type of like. I think that's like the most typical things where like we're creatives. Like they don't really get into school that much, right? So like, you know, growing up, like how did you cope with like how does creative like terms like stick to you? Like what was your inspiration behind like your like creative like upbringing?
My creative upbringing. So I started with dancing. So I started dancing at the age of 6, 7, and then I kind of like took a break from it since COVID. So I didn't really take it seriously until I was like 12 or 13 when I started doing like social media and stuff. So yeah, music has been like a big part of my life since like I was really young, and I use that as like music as like to like dance, you know. And from dancing to what I do now, it's like music has still like stuck with me, you know.
That's nice. Well, like one question, like I want to bring this up because like we've known each other for like it's been a year already.
I think a year. Yeah.
It's been a year already, and like you've told me so many things, and then like we want to bring up the like your upbringing in Saudi.
Ooh, Saudi.
Saudi.
Okay, for those who don't know, like honestly, people in the industry look at me differently because I think it's just the way I carry myself. It's I can't really relate to the people in the industry because different upbringings, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was born in Bahrain, and in Bahrain. Then around 2005, 2006, we moved to Saudi Arabia, and ever since then, I've been living in Saudi Arabia.
For how long? Like
my whole life.
Your whole life, and then what? Like, how did you? Like, when did you came here?
2021.
Oh, that's like fairly recent. Holy shit, I didn't know that.
3 years ago, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, fuck. So, like, and then you mentioned before, like, you did social media at Saudi. Bahrain.
Yes.
How was that? Like, tell us about it.
Honestly, I started content creating on TikTok around 2020 during COVID. And then I worked for like a few months. I did just a bunch of videos, whatever it is. Then around like early 2021, January-ish, TikTok Middle East reached out to me, and they were like, yo, we love your stuff. We want to work with you. So for like a few months, like 6-7 months, I was working under TikTok Middle East, as a content creator.
Like an official TikTok under Saudi?
Under TikTok Middle East,
Oh my god. Dude.
So around here it's a bit different. I don't think they have that.
They don't really have like that.
I don't think they have it here. But in the Middle East they have this thing called TikTok Meta, and you have a bunch of like creatives that like content creators, whatever they do, they just work under TikTok, basically get like upper hand like benefits as a creator. So yeah, that was kind of like my job for like 6-7 months of it.
So you make TikToks in general you make TikToks, and I kind of stalked through your little account when I first met you. I saw the first thing I saw was just, like the amount of numbers that you have on TikTok, and it's fucking crazy because like when I didn't know you fully, I was like, how the fuck is this motherfucker has like this amount of followers in like TikTok?
Uh-huh.
And then I saw like this like, what video was it, like 1 million? Was it like, how many million was that? If I'm not mistaken.
Was
like,
it a vlog?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. That my first ever vlog. No, it was either my first or second vlog. No, that was my first. So that first vlog basically talking about how I hit 10 million views on my hashtag. So I generated 10 million views in like a month.
Wait, holy shit. Wait, how many?
10.
10 million? That's fucking crazy.
But then the next month I hit another 10.
So 20 million.
20 million views.
Oh yeah, and I saw like on some the video that you're celebrating with, like, oh, like AJR, the hashtag got 20 million. That was crazy.
Honestly, like at that time, right? The way that, okay, I'm not even sure if I can like say much about the job because there was no NDA signed or anything. There was no contract or anything, but a lot of it was hush hush. So at that time, you would have a manager. So my manager at that time would tell me like, you would have to post like 3 to 4 videos a week, and then after you post those videos, after 2 hours, you got to go live for like 1 hour. So that was basically my job, just to go live and talk to people, get money, and basically through that live, my videos would pump out like 5-6 million within that 1 or 2 hours. So these are like the upper hand benefits I basically. Yeah, so I knew, okay, no one has ever come up to me about this, but I know like it looks a bit sus. Like, how did I generate 20 million?
Exactly.
And then if you look at the viewer to like ratio, it's like very low. It's very low.
It's very low.
Yeah.
Was it high difference?
Basically, standard like 1 million, 2 million. That's around 250K likes. But I was like at 20K likes.
20K likes.
20K likes with 1.5 million.
What the fuck? That's actually kind of a lot. That's a lot of like differences.
I think, okay, my theory with that is I was asking like a few of my friends who are like big in content creating. I think because they were in the same like agency as me, so they were telling me how like because your followers, your viewers, they all have similar niches. So similar niches means that they will like whatever content you post, right?
Yeah.
But because my video was being pushed out to every single user in the Middle East, even people who don't even watch like my type of content still get like my videos on their For You page. So they would view it but not like it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's like your experience, like your experience with the like Saudi. Like, is it different with like Malaysia?
In terms of
like I guess anything.
Way
Like
different.
like
It's way different.
like how? Explain that. You know.
Yo, Saudi is just like a different environment. Yo. Like everything there is like it's way advanced compared to Malaysia. Like people in terms of like content creating, like the Middle East really cares about their creators. They like give opportunities towards them and actually pay like the good prices, you know. Instead of Malaysia, it's a bit difficult to make a living as a content creator, you know.
Like more general question, like what's like your transition from the Middle East to Malaysia? Like, how is it like
the transition to Middle East to Malaysia? Okay, honestly, I was honestly scared because no hate to the Malays.
No hate, bro.
But but like honestly, like how I felt towards Malay was kind of like negative, because like growing up in the Malaysian community, it was like in Saudi it was like very toxic. So they're like, I know Malays are very judgmental. Yeah, so I was like I was scared of that like transition, you know. And because I wasn't really fluent in Malay, so I was wondering how am I gonna adapt, like how I'm gonna make it big as a creative. And one thing that was like I was scared of is that what was common amongst Malaysians from Saudi, where I grew up at, they tend to fall into like this depressive episode because it's hard for them to like adapt to Malaysia, and because it was such a different environment, so they fall into this like depressive episode, and like I didn't want to fall into that. So I really tried everything I could to like make a name out of myself and like keep myself busy, you know.
So what was your first experience coming in with Malaysia? Macam coming to Malaysia, what was your first experience? Because like you told me that a lot of like or like Arab people like macam coming to like the depression state.
Yeah, so like Malaysians from Saudi. Like,
Yeah. So like how was your first experience coming here, and like how did you manage to like get into like the industry itself?
So when I moved around October 2021, I believe. So for the like next like 3 or 4 months, I was here. I was like kind of chilling. I didn't want to do much. I didn't want to make content or anything because like just want to take a break because I just gotta like I just left my agency with TikTok Middle East, so I kind of just wanted to chill a bit, not make any content. And at that time, my parents was here, so I just spent time with the family. It wasn't until January. OPT, shout out OPT. OPT held their 4th year anniversary party, and it was basically a bunch of like music artists like coming to perform, celebrating OPT's brand. And yeah, so that's when I wasn't supposed to come to that event because it was sold out. So I was like, oh shit, like I need to get a ticket. So I DM'd them like directly. I was like, yo, let me get a ticket. Like I'm a content creator, I'm a videographer, I can like cook up some stuff for you guys. And they were like, oh, for sure, we give you like, I think they gave the VIP pass. So I was like, say less. Yeah,
For like, did you pay?
I think so, I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Dude, like, VIP pass, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the first ever event. Like, keep in mind, I did not know anybody. Like, I pulled up not knowing anybody. People thought I was an artist because of the way I dressed. And then the only person I knew was FPB at that time, because they was popping up at that time with Lotus.
Yeah.
So yeah, at that time, like I didn't know anybody. Like I didn't even know who the owner of the brand was.
So you just DM them like, yo,
yeah,
I make videos. Come, like, please let me come by.
Yeah, so that's what happened. And then I stepped out. I remember I stepped out of the event. I was like, let me take a breather. And then right next to me, Olis, one of the co-owners, Olis sat next to me.
Hi, Olis.
Yeah, he sat next to me, and I was like, yo, you enjoying the party? I was like, yeah, man. I didn't even know he was the owner.
Did you talk to him? Like,
just a bit. I was like showing him like some of the pictures I took, and then he was like, "Oh, that's nice."
That's crazy though.
But keep in mind, I did not know anybody. Like, tak kenal siapa tu.
Tak kenal siapa je. So like, how did you make a name for yourself? You know, like in the macam like when you came up to that, like from what I know, like correct me if I'm wrong. You came by here, and then like the first thing that you masuk was like the music industry.
Yes.
Like, how did you make a name for yourself in the music industry? Because like, I feel like OPT punya event was like it has like corresponding, like it somehow it's connected, but OPT is just much more of like a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And how did you manage to jump up to like the music
industry? So yeah. Because I was making content at that time too, because I was making like recap videos of like events like OPT and all that. People like from the industry started picking it up, and then started reposting. And at that event, I met this one rapper. Shout out Fuego.
Oh, Jay.
Yo, Fuego at that time had dreads, and someone from FEB, Chef Pablo, had dreads too. So I thought he was Chef Pablo. I was like, yo, you FEB? He's like, nah, I'm 5'3". Yeah, so I met him at the event, so I kind of just like I was like, yo, let me shoot for your next performance. He's like, yo, for sure. And then they performed, and like after that, like he DM'd me on Instagram. He's like, yo, like I'm trying to work with you, I fuck with your shit. I was like, yo, appreciate you, fam. He's like, come by the stew. I was like, I say less. So I came by the stew, and then we kind of just like chopped it up. And then since then, I've been rocking with 5'3".
5'3".
And then from 5'3", I met like everyone else in the industry. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to events, concerts, whatever, just network a bit, and yeah. But mainly I got into the industry because of 5'3". Shout out 5'3".
So like mentioning 5'3", like since like you've been rocking with them, like much like you you went through macam the music industry through 5-3, right?
Yes, yeah.
Technically macam tu lah kan?
Yeah.
So like how was that for you? Like how was that experience? Because macam what was it like for you to macam work for them? Macam work for them as in like from shows to making a documentary. Macam tu, because like I remember that was like how many years ago? 2 years ago?
Documentary was a year and a half ago, I think.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Like how was that for you? Like working with 5-3?
A year and a half dengan 5-3, yeah. Honestly, like I used to watch like Travis documentary, Kanye West documentary all the time, and I'm like, I would always be like, yo, that lifestyle seems kind of like fun, you know, like. So being with 5-3, like the experiences I got, like it's honestly crazy. Like sometimes I'd be sitting like backstage with like some of like the biggest like artists in the industry, and I'll be just like, yo, how did I even get here? You know, some lepak like backstage eating pizza with guard. Imagine I'm eating pizza with guard, DJ SZA, and I think Flizzo at that time, either Flizzo or Sona. We was just eating pizza backstage. I was like, I remember sitting there, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how did I even get here? But yeah, it's honestly, it's been a crazy ride with 5-3. Like, I love 5-3 to death. They're my dogs, yeah.
So like working with 5-3 and macam like it definitely opened up like new opportunity and chances. Like,
Yeah.
Like what kind of like job did you get through them? Macam like not say like through them, like what you macam like you made the documentary and like the of course like it has a lot of impressions kind of already, but by now like you already have a name in the industry. It's been like a year and macam a year or two, and it's really impressive because like considering the fact that people take generally like 5 or 6 years to like have a name. That would like macam pop out the name, but like little AJR is just out here till like in 2 years. That's kind of crazy. So, right after like you working with 5-3, is there any brands or like any individual that you work with throughout?
Yeah, there's like a few other artists I've worked with throughout the span of these 2 years, like Senna and Shah. Shout out Senna and Shah. Sabronzo. Shout out
Dala? Oh shit.
Shout out Sab. Shout out Sab.
Hi Sabronzo.
Who else? Recently I just worked with BV. He's an underground artist. Shout out BV. Did an album cover work and Spotify visuals for him.
Shout out BV.
Yeah, shout out BV. His song is coming out when? 13th or 12th? This weekend, huh?
Link in bio.
Shout out BV though.
Shout out BV. Link in bio.
Yeah, so that was like one of the recent works I've worked with, and then for a few months I did work with OPT. So that was like a full circle moment for me.
Fun.
Like the first
people. Oh yeah, like the first one. That you met
first
with OPT.
The first few people I met was OPT, and then a year and a half later I'm working for OPT. So that was kind of dope. Yeah.
So like for OPT, right? It's kind of crazy because like it now it's like you said it was the first full circle.
Yeah.
Now asking you like since you're jumping to like music now towards the
fashion industry.
So what was it like working with OPT?
Honestly, I learned a lot. Like I genuinely learned a lot, like how to run a business and the in and outs of like how to run a social media page for a clothing brand or a business, and learning all these like knowledge from like OPT and them. They're they were good. They're good at they're at the top for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
So shout out Hakim and Olis. They're the dogs.
Hi Hakim. Hi Olis. Love your work.
So yeah, it was honestly fun. Shot a few campaigns. I did the reverse campaign and the workwear. I put the jacket. The jacket and pair of pants. Yeah. So you definitely learn a lot from OPT while I was there. Yeah.
That's crazy. So like macam since you work with OPT and you told me that you've had like macam an interest in fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Like personally, like he told me that he has a interest in fashion, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you not pursuing? You know? Are you not pursuing?
Here's the thing. Like, I've been wanting to like start my own brand. Like for the longest time, it was like since 2021. I remember when I first moved here, I was trying to drop my first collection, but Guac the scam.
Oh yeah.
Guac the scam.
Yeah, I forgot what happened.
Basically, I worked with this one Pakistani manufacturer. I knew this manufacturer through another brand, and seeing how they ran their brand, their like quality control, everything seems legit. So that's why I reached out to this one Pakistani manufacturer, and you know I was doing my shit with them, and then I paid full bulk. That was my mistake on my end.
For bulk?
Full bulk.
Full bulk?
Yeah, for 50 pieces total, but
4 digits.
6. We're talking about 6-7K.
Oh shit.
6-7K.
Kembali. Before that, fit check sikit.
Fit check, eh?
Fit check we should do a fit check You first
Me first?
Hey, I don't want to do my fit check. My fit check is boring as fuck.
Style.
Huh?
Handsome.
I see. Fit check
Fit check,
AJR punya fit hari ni macam fire je. Macam fire. Lacombe fit.
All black
Lacombe
today.
fit. Yeah.
So for the hat, we got the Fear of God.
Oh. Fear.
Glasses, thrifted. For the jersey, we got museum status. The latest collection.
Holy shit. Shout out
museum status. And then we got thrifted parachute pants, and then the Bodhi Venettis. Watch Tiffany Blue Casio.
Tiffany Blue Casio. Apa tu?
I don't know what he's pointing at.
Oh. That's nice. Sama kembali.
Your turn lah.
Oh, my turn.
Your turn lah.
Wait, jangan tu. Thrifted one, but later found out this was at H&M, which is crazy. Yeah, babi. Thrifted was like 20 ringgit. Lepas tu aku macam aku jalan-jalan dekat H&M at that time. And I was like, wait, I saw this shit. I was like, wait, bapak dia. Aku ingat some retro ass shit punya H&M. I got some baggy ass jeans from Bada. Fuck Bada for the high price and shit.
That's a
a controversial take, tapi but then it's the fact that Bada punya dulu it was like 5 years ago, the shirts dengan pants was like 2 ringgit je, 2 or 3 ringgit macam tu. Now like average price you'll be spending for men's lah, I don't know for women. For men you will be spending like 15 ringgit minimum.
15
minimum. Tapi that's like that's what you like type I love Jesus type punya shit tau. So macam janky ass yang kau tak boleh style, you know?
Faham.
Shoes, socks, Under Armour socks.
Ni gua suka.
And then shoes we got some. Ni gua cakap dia bukan wallaby sih, ni wallahi ni. From JJJ, got it for 50 ringgit. Yeah. So that's it. That's my fit
Style.
Comfit, you know.
Comfit.
Alright. Oh, glasses. Aku dah Melawati Mall tu. Kat belakang dia punya Melawati Mall. 100 ringgit with like fucking colour changing. Wait, French lip bracelet. Thank you Rosefi point out kan. French lip bracelet. Shout out Dini Doja Vision. Cincin aku rembat daripada Pasar Seni. Let's go. Shout out auntie yang tak nampak aku ni. Okay, back to the podcast. Kita nampak hari ni nampak macam fly ke tak. So AJR.
You say.
So you've worked with like macam I could say like a number of like people and number of like brands already, right? Since like Fudtrec Friends is based on a brand also, right?
Shout out Fudtrec.
So Fudtrec itself is like it's a brand, right?
Yeah.
So you've worked with us before, and like, and then macam in the current local brand scene, what is your opinion on that, and like what do you think as like a consumer of local brands, like for other brands to like macam mana nak cakap aku nak cakap straight clear lah, macam mana like how do we upgrade ourselves, like macam apa yang gua perlu bikin untuk kasih up punya for like for all of the local brand scene here in Malaysia.
I think in terms of underground local brands, I feel like they're the next generation. Real shit like Fudtrec, shout out Doja, NSFK. Those few brands, bro, you guys are moving together.
That's nice.
Like I can see it, you guys are gonna blow up together. Because the way I see you guys put out products and compared to like the established, let's say like the big local brands, bro, the products are 10x better, bro. Like the way I see, like let's say Doja punya latest collection, the Jorts. What other brand is doing like Jorts like that?
Yeah.
Like if we're not talking about like Against or like the other like local brands, right? Who else is doing it like you guys do? Like real shit. Who else is doing it? Like
Yeah, nobody. I don't know. We're like, I don't know, but like I feel like nobody at that stage, because like what, macam like the newest is like Rari and like Doja. They're both, you know, like their work is really macam what cakap very ni lah, very mantap lah, because for campaign wise it's really good.
Yeah, everything with execution, bro.
It was nice.
They topped it.
It's refreshing to see.
Yeah.
That people are like macam stepping out of like their comfort zone to make that type of like products and like
You know,
campaigns.
it's like it's also because they're still underground.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
like
it's
seeing
kinda
that,
crazy.
like I'm sure the top local brands are like seeing this as like competition.
Yeah,
So
they should be, because like no shade to anyone, like I feel like the big brands are like they have their own shit kan.
Yeah.
Tapi for Doja, we're glazing up a bit Doja, love you Dini.
Shout out
It's-
Dini.
Yeah, it's the fact that he's working with like less than 3 people. And then macam there are some people that put into like the apa macam the videography of the event.
Yeah.
But it all comes from the mind, from a single to 2 person tu je, 2 people je, and could make that of a banger. Imagine other people that have like the same macam talent or like the same wavelength as Dini, bangers.
Exactly, bro. And I'm seeing a lot of like upcoming underground local brands. Like there's a brand that I'm working with currently. Shout out Comas.
Shout out Commas.
Shout out Comas.
Own it in the building right now. Shout out Commas.
But you know, like seeing all these creatives coming up, it's like it's so dope and refreshing to see. Like real shit. It's like I'm excited for what's to come for the next like 5 years of the local scene.
Betul. What do you see in 5 years of yourself? Said you just like trying to like, sebab usually we usually keep that in like the last ni kan. Aku saja je nak selit sikit.
5 years, eh?
How do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, so currently, like, there are some few projects that I'm working on. Like, I'm working with my friend. Shout out Kid Saint.
Kid Saint.
Yeah, Kid Saint. So we got a just a small brand that we have. It basically upcycling thrifted pieces, upcycling other like clothes that aren't used anymore.
Gua tengok tu One Piece. Ada masa tu Jet pakai dekat
Jet pakai for RTB punya
RTB
concert.
Yo, that shit crazy.
So we basically like make new pieces. Right now we're just working with private clients, artists that want to wear like during their performance or whatever. So right now I'm helping Kid Saint out, trying to get up into the industry. Basically just giving him the blueprint and how I did it. And then another like thing I'm doing with my other friend, shout out Hilmi. It's called, we have this like collective going on called Major, and soon more of those videos will come out. We're just in like the working stage of it, like trying to figure out how to run a collective as a business basically. So that's kind of like the projects I'm doing right now, and I'm kind of like focusing more of my like content creating, like more of like focused individual work instead of like, because right now for the past 2 years I've been working under somebody, not really like for myself,
for yourself.
So you even said like it's been too long since I've done like anything individual of my
that's
work.
the thing.
So in 5 years time I definitely see out myself as like a business owner of a clothing brand, whatever it is. but definitely someone with influential power that like can impact people for the better, you know.
Word. Word that shit. Alright, so like kita sansan sikit lah. Sansan lah. Kan sansan. So macam like this segment, I would say it like it's just more of like opinions and stuff. Kan we've already passed like the personal side. We want to like macam tahu sikit AJR macam like what are your opinions on like the current macam music scene. Like I said, like I asked so like the local scene with the clothing brand. How is it here to as a creative, can like how do you feel
How I feel about
like the current scene of creatives, like the
creative
creative
scene
side?
of creatives? Like I said before, bro, there's like a lot of like upcoming creatives that are doing like crazy shit, you know, and I feel like it's a lot easier for us because basically the OGs gave the blueprint to us, and like we got everything on the palm of our hands. Like whatever we need to know, it's like it's online. Like we can just learn it easy. So whatever it is, like bro, like the next coming generation is gonna like kill it because we're all so young. Like we're all so young, so we're gonna succeed at like a faster rate compared to like the OGs who are now like what, almost 30s, and we're like just 20, you know. So imagine a few years down the line, like how far we can go with this, you know. So yeah, that's what like the upcoming creatives are like crazy with it.
Jap, gua blank jap. Okay.
Okay lah.
Okay. Tak, sorry. Because like
Jangan lah nervous.
Kau tak nervous. It's just like the zen instance is just taking in and so much. Okay. Okay, I heard like I forgot to like ask this kan about because when I opened your Instagram, I saw like this one post. That was like it kind of shocked me a bit. It was PUMA.
Okay, yeah.
Was it like a genuine PUMA project? Okay,
yeah, it was a PUMA project.
Can you tell me about that? Because
okay.
like personally, I kind of want to know. So like, how did that happen?
You can see the big difference compared to how brands treat creatives in the Middle East compared to Malaysia. So at that time, I was just some content creator on TikTok, 40K, not much. So I don't have that big of an impact on people yet, you know, like there's no influence, you know. So at that time I was under TikTok Middle East, right? So I had a friend in the same agency as me, so shout out Salima. So this the headquarters, the PUMA headquarters is based in Dubai, and I would see a lot of like Salima's projects like with PUMA. And then turns out she was like a PUMA brand ambassador, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong on that. But because we're in the same agency, I started like talking to her, like asking her questions, how'd you land that deal with PUMA and all that stuff out. And PUMA has this one project called Suede Gorillas. So any creative can apply to it. I think right now it's already closed up, but at that time it was open for any like creative that wants to join in. And basically Salima just guided me on how to like pitch a proposal on what ideas I got for like whatever collection is about to drop. So at first I was supposed to do the Haribo X PUMA, the Haribo, you know, the gummies?
Yeah, the gummies.
Yeah, the gummies. So
was it the gummies?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Had the Haribo gummy bears. So I was supposed to do a collection for that, but then they sent me a different collection with Romero Brito. So Romero Brito is like this artist. I'm sure you guys have seen his work. So I sent out a proposal to them. I was like, yo, like I think so-and-so collection will look dope with this and that. And Salima kind of just like gave me the good word that like, you know, PUMA should work with me and stuff. So then like a few weeks later, PUMA sends me an email, sends me a care package, got everything for free, which is dope. Full set. We're talking about t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, 1 sweatpants, and a pair of shoes.
Damn.
For free,
bro.
For free.
Fuck, in this economy?
So then, yeah, exactly. So I got that shit for free. So then at that time too, I just told my dad about like, yo, I'm doing social media and this and this and that, and then he was like, he kind of took it seriously once like I got that PUMA deal, because he was like, yo, like, who are you? Like, who are you? Like
who the fuck are you?
Exactly. Who are you getting like free shit from like like a big brand like from PUMA, you know? So he was like, shit, like he's doing something. He's going places. So at that time I was like, yeah, like I got the PUMA deal, and the rest was like history. That was like, honestly, that was my first modeling gig too.
Your modeling gig?
My first modeling gig.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's kind of crazy. Like first modeling gig, PUMA.
Dude, you have your own like a really solid portfolio of that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
First job
and then
Puma.
they featured me on their website.
Wait, website?
Yeah, the PUMA website.
Like genuine website.
The PUMA Sway Girls.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah, so shout out PUMA.
We should put a picture here. We should put a picture here. It's on the website. Still on the website now.
Yeah. So it was dope. Like we're working with PUMA and stuff.
Right. Taking a step back, when you told me when you like told your dad about like you landing into with PUMA, and then your dad was like, what the fuck? Asal anak aku tiba-tiba ada di PUMA ni kan? Has your like family ever macam per se like because like I've heard different things from other creatives that say like some of the parents don't really agree with what you're doing.
Support.
Yeah. What is your situation? If that's okay with like you telling
boleh.
So like how does your family place in like put in place in
Lokian ada trauma sikit ah.
Really?
Because dulu gua dancer kan.
Yeah.
So I knew from the get-go, if I tell my parents I'm a dancer, they're not going to support, because it's haram and all that stuff, right? So when I told them I wanted to do like the talent show and everything, like I was like, what, 13, 14? I was like crying. I was begging them. I was like, yo, please let me perform and all that stuff. And then they're like, fine, you can perform, but once you get into high school, you're not doing it anymore. And I was like, okay, Silas. But then, kena kantoy later on, years later, because I won first place back in 2019 talent show from a high school. I got a certificate. My parents pulled up to my dorm room and they found the certificate, and he's like, yo, what the fuck is this? So from like telling them about me being a dancer, it was like I got takut when I was gonna tell them about me doing social media, because it's not like I don't want them to take this away from me also, because like I stopped dancing for them, and for the religion. So when it came to social media, I kind of just did my own thing for like the first few months before I actually properly blew up. And then by the time where I started gaining like a lot of traction, like when I was pumping out millions of views, I was like, yo, I kind of have to tell them, because sooner or later they're going to find out.
You're going to find out.
Yeah, through someone else. And I kind of don't want that to happen. So then I told my siblings first, and then they were supportive of it. They were like, yo, how'd you do that? So I was like, shit, like, okay, I think I gotta tell them. I tell them, and then the whole reason why like I started content creating is because actually story time. Sidetrack. We gotta put it in. So because during middle school, teachers would always ask me to perform in the assembly. They'd be like, yo, Imran, can you like perform for us, like get the crowd hype going and everything? I was like, yeah, I can. So by the time I was in 9th grade, I was 14, 15. I joined the student council. Basically, 9th grade in middle school, like they were like the top. Like they took care of the school, like the activities going on, like everything that happens like monthly and stuff like that, right? So every assembly we would always have to like curate the event, like we're the MCs and everything, right? So the first ever like debut student council, like we're the new batch of student council. I choreographed a performance for the student council, and then because I was a dancer, I was at the front, way front, and then I did a front flip and all this stuff, whatever.
You do a front flip now?
Nah, malu lah. Jangan lah.
Can you actually do it?
Yeah.
Can you do it now?
Malu lah.
Okay. Sorry for cutting you.
So then at this time I was like so focused on wanting to be like famous and popular that like I didn't know like why did I want to be like influential, you know? So then after the performance, the assembly ended, a whole bunch of kids, 5th graders, like 9 years old, would like come up to us like high-fiving me and stuff. And then later that night I would get like a bunch of DMs saying like yo, like you've impacted me to like wanting to dance, or like you've influenced me to like want me to pursue something that I love doing. So at that moment I was like, yo, like this is my purpose. Like it's to influence people to do better, you know? Like knowing that I have that power is like, dude, that's all that matters, yo. If you can push people to be better people, or like at least make them happy seeing what you do, like whatever videos you put out, like that's like when I was like, yo, that's like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? That's my purpose. So that's when it like transitioned to making content on social media. That's when it was like, yo, this is my thing. Like, and since then I get like a ton of DMs saying like, yo, I love your shit is inspirational. It kind of puts me in a place where it's like, shit, I'm doing the right thing, you know? So this is why I'm doing it, you know? So yeah,
that's really nice.
Shout out to the supporters.
Go
at that famous phone, tapi shout out yang
Shout out to
selalu
the
support.
supporters. Yeah, that's the thing, you know? Sometimes like when you're starting small, these people, even if it's like friends and family, it's like really important. Because like it pushes you to a point where, you know what, I kind of want to do it. I want to do it more. I want to make it like to a point where it's not just friends and families. It's just literally strangers come up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Say
like
that.
When strangers come up to you, like they recognize your shit, they'll be like, yo, it's like shit. Like you're doing something, you know?
Yeah.
You're doing something.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have no idea how much like those special like messages and the DMs mean a lot. It really does mean a lot to us, like as creatives. It pushes us to be better. Pushes us wanting to do more, you know? So shout out supporters. Shout out those who hari ni banyak shout out
shout out lo.
Banyak shout out.
It's about, you know, it's at the same time we really gotta like appreciate these people. So if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't really be here.
Yeah.
We can't say it's cable. It's just friends and families. Friends and families. What's your proudest achievement? What's your proudest achievement?
Achievement
in whatever you're doing right now, as in like macam content creating. What is your proudest achievement? Do you have that? Macam as of right now lah.
I wouldn't say like I would. There was like mini like oh shit moments, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really faze me much anymore. Like I remember one time like I was like slowly blowing up. Like one of my videos went viral, and it reached the US For You page, and people like Avani followed me. Avani from Hype House, like, you know, Batch Charlie D'Amelio, the Hype House, you know, like I was like, shit. I was low-key geeked. I was like, yo, what I could just DM her right now. I was like,
holy shit. Yo, shout out
Avani, yo. But like those there's just like a bunch of like small moments where it's just like, oh shit, like you know. But I don't think I've had like a big achievement. Yeah. It's the small wins, you know. Small wins matters, you know.
Yeah, it's all the small things. Shout out small things. Wait, what was I about to ask? Fuck, no, sorry. Oh yeah. Sidetrack. Who's your inspiration? Yeah.
Shout out Pops. Shout out Baba AJR. Shout out to my dad.
Your dad?
My dad.
Shout out Baba AJR.
Baba AJR.
Shout out Baba AJR.
Yeah, shout out to my dad. Like, I feel like his story and my story are kind of like very similar, because we're like, it's kind of corny, but like you would say the black sheep of the family. You know, someone who's doing something differently compared to the rest, you know. So my dad, like, he grew up in the kampung, bro, like kampung type shit. So for him to like get to where he's at now, like you know, like he's working at Saudi, one of the biggest oil companies in the world. He's working there now, and to see like him like climbing up to where he's at now is like super inspirational to me. And no one else dalam kampung like everyone knows him because of his story. So I see a lot of similarities with me and my dad because no one else in my family is like working in this industry, like, and I was able to like climb up the ladder like all by myself without no help, no cable, and like, you know, we're making things out of ourselves, like, you know, like we're doing shit for ourselves, you know. So shout out to my dad, Baba AJR. I wouldn't be where I am today without his support and love. Shout out to all the dads.
Shout out all the dads. Shout out my dad. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking about support.
Yeah.
Speaking about support, I feel like we just talked about this again. Shout out to the guys back there. Shout out all the guys back there also.
I feel like this whole podcast is just shout out. We gotta put a shout out count, like, on the top corner. Yo.
Okay, like I was just saying that on a creative side, like how the Malaysian scene are you before that, like, are you planning to like prolong your career here in MY until like you're gonna go international soon? What are you planning on that? Before we touch into the subject of like support,
of course, like all creatives want to go international with their shit, you know.
Oh shit, my incense fell.
Yeah. Of course we were trying to go international with it. But I feel like in terms of my career, I feel like it's best if I stay in Malaysia first. So it's super easy to stand out here. So I feel like in terms of being successful here, I think it's achievable here. So that's why I'm kind of like staying low here first, and then if I go big, I go big. Then.
You go big. Damn, go big. Keep saying back about the support, right? I feel like what we have, our problem right now with the creative side is that we lack support, right?
In terms of like the locals, like
the locals, like we always see creatives like this. As you say, it's a black sheep. We it's just siapa yang faham type shit in this industry.
Yeah.
It's not really open to the whole lot, and even with creatives ourselves, we tend to like not support. We tend to compete, and it's nothing with competing, right? It's something about supporting ourselves. Macam bringing each other's up, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, like how do you feel like macam in some sort of way, like how do we elevate supporting each other? Because like people see supporting each other as like a very taboo thing, you know, because everyone wants to make it to the top, right? In some sort of way, like it's, you know, it's diri sendiri lah type beat, right? So like how do you think that macam for the upcoming generation, and how do we genuinely put it out there, like supporting each other?
In terms of supporting each other, I think here's one thing that I feel like a lot of local brands tend to fall into, is that they like to put that stigma of kita local brand. So because, you know, like kalau local brand kita support you know, because they put that, you know, persona that kita local brand, that they trap themselves in this bubble where they cannot grow. Faham? So like once you trying to like upscale your prices, the quantity and everything, things get pricier, right?
Betul.
And you up your prices, and then kena kecam dengan locals sebab mahal sangat. Then in terms of wanting to go international, you have to like step away from that kita local brand. In terms of supporting each other, I think you just need to like just keep a clean plate with everyone, like, because you never know who's gonna help you out some down the future, just because you know each other. Like you never know when you guys are gonna connect back. That's the thing. So keep a clean plate with everybody in the industry. Just show constant love, because whatever you put out, you get back. You know what I mean? So just show any amount of support you can to people, whether that's buying their pieces or like sharing it on social media or whatever. Any support matters.
Okay. So before we end it all, that was a nice one. It got me. I was like, shit, damn. So, before we end it all, again, say what are your goals in the near future lah? Macam in terms of like you personally, your personal growth and like your career growth. Like what are your goals?
My goals, huh? So I don't want to share too much, but definitely have my own brand, have something going on for myself, have an audience definitely that I can fall onto, that, you know, like give me purpose, you know. So basically having an audience of myself that I can fall onto and have my own like personal brand or whatever it is that I'm doing, but definitely being able to give back to a community. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, AJR.
What about yours? Come on, now.
What are my goals? Dude.
Semua aku.
My goals. You're the guest. Come on now. What are my goals? Okay, let's just show like what are my goals for the podcast. Right? Like much like
Fudtrec. What's your goals with Fudtrec?
Fudtrec. I want it to be more creative based because I feel like Fudtrec has like been personally like I've been stuck lately with the creative side of the Fudtrec, you know. Been going back and forth with aesthetics, you know, like I can't really fit in with like whatever like I want to do because like I've been like constantly told that, oh, I mean, you should do this, you know, you should do that. You should do this, you should do that. And then when I listen to all these people, what they say, like it kind of, the little 10-year-old me died inside. I was like, fuck, dude, like I didn't want to do this. Like this is not the reason why I made this, right? Made this whole Fudtrec brand and like whatever Fudtrec workshop is. So like further on, it's just gonna be whatever the fuck I want to do, and it involves people around it, and that's where Fudtrec workshop comes in. Like I want to bring people in, screaming out unity instead of like airing it out. We just like do it properly. I want to have a platform where everyone else that is closely related to the brand have their own platform to say. As like a little third place, I could like people say that it's like a third place, so like a union thing. I don't know, like how do I say that? For the podcast, it's just much more of a people like you. My bad. Wait, hold up. Accent with you also. People like you, creatives, local brand owners, you know, musicians to come in and just like have a say. It's about if you do it for like. Personally, if you do it for the money, just for the podcast, and it's just for me, it doesn't really feel right. I do this because I love it. You know, I love bringing people up. I love bringing people up. Okay, itulah. Support. Right there.
To support local.
Alright.
But shout out Aiman though. Shout out Aiman and the Fudtrec team. They've been the best since day one, giving me the best hospitality. Dope. They're my brothers. Shout out.
We
Isa. Locked in like that. Come
shout
on
out.
now. Stop
Shout
playing.
out Isa. Shout out Akmal. Shout out all the Fudtrec fans. Shout out Imran also.
Shout out FNF.
Shout out Imran. Shout out AJR. Because like, okay, truly, seriously, I feel like you're the most realistic person I've met in the creative. You like, I feel like all these motherfuckers are just like putting on a facade, you know, and you're the realest one. Type shit. Love. So, AJR, thank you so much for coming.
Yo, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming by the podcast. It means a lot to me lah. You've been helping out since like
ni glazing teruk
since the day that we met. So like you've been help out with the everyone else's visions and type shit lah. If you want to plug something, go ahead before we end the live. I mean, end the podcast. Plug anything else.
Plug what?
Plug whatever projects you need. Shout out ke. Shout out
Satu podcast kena shout out ni.
Any last words? Any last words?
Thank you guys for always supporting us.
Yeah.
Everyone in the creative scene, thank you. Thank you for supporting Ayman and Fudtrec. Thank you for supporting me. If you guys are watching me, I know you guys are big supporters of me. And yeah, all love.
All love.
All love.
Can't wait
Always
for
love.
Saint Siberia. Can't
Saint
wait for
Cyber.
Major
Shout
Ship.
out Kid Saint.
Kids.
Kid Saint, my apprentice. Shout out. Shout out Major. Shout out Hilmi. Yeah.
Tu je. That's it. Ada banyak lagi. Shout out lagi.
Shout out lagi.
Tak ada lah.
Leave him with one quote. Leave him with one quote.
Do one quote.
One quote.
You do it.
Okay, I go by this saying. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?
Hell. I don't want to overshout that. Let's just end it there lah. Let's just end it there. Alright guys, thank you so much.
Love you guys.
tuning-
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in the FNF podcast. Leave in the comments who you should come by next, right?
Okay. Don't forget korang like, comment, subscribe, share dengan tu je kan?
Yeah, tu
Oh,
je.
jangan lupa turn on bell notification, guys.
Ding, ding, ding.
Kalau korang nak beli baju Fudtrec, klik bag kuning below. Just kidding.
That's
Tadi
all for
sold
this.
out. Bye.
Bye. See y'all in the next episode.
Boleh nak share tak? Tapi korang jumpa tu, lepas tu korang ada buat macam food track, apa? Event space lah.
Event space.
Boleh cerita sikit tak? Sama tu.
Okay. Open space tu kan dia macam mana boy?
Sebab
dia okay
Oh
macam
sebenarnya aku nak tahu juga pasal benda ni.
Yeah, sebab
aku
kena-
nak tahu kan. Time tu kita
Time
duduk
tu
ni.
yeah. Sebab at that time tu kita orang ada meeting tau dekat whatever works coffee kan. So masa tu aku first time aku jumpa dia orang.
Okay.
Yang macam properly jumpa. Memang awkward gila babi at that time. Aku rasa macam aku malu je. Lepas tu dia orang ajak pergi belakang kan. Macam sembak pulak kan babi kan. Macam mana boy?
Lepas tu Aiman lah came up with the idea. Dia cakap boleh tak nak minta tolong NSFK as well.